Items to be considered at the regular meeting of the Board of Education scheduled for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. in the Unit Office Conference Room, 500 North 10th Street, Herrin, Illinois, 62948. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This time, I'd ask Mrs. Hastings to please call roll.
John Hutchinson. Here. Susie Anderson.
Here.
Kelly Green.
Here.
Steve Young.
Here.
Dave Lau.
Here.
Steve Robinson.
Here.
At this time, we'd recognize anyone who would like to address the board. When recognized, that person should give their name before making comments. Statements are asked to be limited to 5 minutes in duration. Mrs. Hastings will set a timer for those comments. Would anybody like to address the board at this time? Now we'll move on to the consent agenda. We need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to adopt and approve items listed on the consent agenda and not extracted for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Kelly Green.
Yes.
Dave Lau.
Yes.
Susie Anderson.
Yes.
Steve Robinson.
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
Moving on to old business, update on district construction projects. Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Brad Kaiser from H.E. Mitchell.
Not really a whole lot of it, other than the fact the flooring's supposed to be coming back to do the sanding, because I guess they worked out the design for the floor.
Right.
So they'll be back on Thursday.
Thursday.
The parking lot, I've talked to the site contractor, I've talked to the concrete contractor, and they've got until that flooring's done, which is supposed to be 5 weeks from Monday, this past Monday,
Okay.
to get complete. So that's their deadline if they're not done.
All right.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
complete. But everything else is done in the kitchen and all that, so it's just, we're just waiting on the finishes and
Gym. Yeah. Yeah. Gym design's been ongoing on the floor on the gym design. They've got all the hardwood installed.
Yeah.
It's all been.
It's down, but it hasn't been sanded.
It's just not been sanded at all. I didn't know if they had
They
a
didn't
one.
want to say anything until they
Okay.
were ready.
Yeah. So they'll start sanding on Thursday and get that floor design down. And after all the painting and shellacking.
And then the bleachers will be going, the bleachers are all here.
Right. Bleachers are on site or you have them. Yeah. On the connexes. Yeah. Finishing up the EFS work.
Yeah, even should be done actually by the end of the week.
Okay, good.
With maybe the exception of that very north part of the science group.
Yeah. Yeah. Then, yeah, just be the playground back in the back of the parking lot and playground area and get that cleaned up and be ready to roll. Yeah. Should be. Any questions for Brad?
No, Brad took me on a tour of the gym the other day.
What? It's illegal. Just kidding.
Did you have your hard hat
I
on?
broke the law.
What do you think,
It's
Steve?
Really nice.
Look good?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Baskets are up and volleyball things are in. And
Yeah.
it's just,
We'll make a big to-do when we get it all prettied up, ready to go.
Kitchen cafeteria's ready to go.
Kitchen cafeteria, we're missing like a faucet on the
Faucet, no faucet there, the bracket.
bracket.
To build a mount.
Okay, and then we have a hood above the dishwasher has to go in.
They're here tomorrow.
Okay, so yeah, it's real close. I talked to Janine, talked to Brad, Ryan a little bit about that. We're gonna get the kids in here later this year and let them run through that cafeteria a couple times, and then have some serving in there before we run it in next year. The new ones are good. Good, yeah. But yeah, it's all but done, right? We just like finishing. Mhm. All right, thanks, Brad.
Thank
Anybody
you.
else? Pre-K is done, by the way. The outside, that's all. Getting some grass growing back there for instead of mud. And then we'll have to do some work up front to get the parking lot restriped and configured correctly. But that's all on us, but not on the contractor.
Thank you for that. Moving on to special reports, starting with the pre-K center. This month, every student was celebrated as the terrific Tiger of the Month, and they hosted a special celebration to mark the milestone and recognize the students' hard work and dedication. The screening event was a great success with 35 families attending. They are continuing to accept screenings for the 2025-26 school year. And some acknowledgements, a huge thank you to Mike and the maintenance crew for their hard work in getting the building ready in a few days. Appreciation to the teachers and staff for coming in early to set up the classrooms and create a welcoming environment for the students. And a heartfelt thank you to the parents and families for the patience, kindness, and support throughout the transition. And lastly, a very special thank you to First Baptist Church for graciously hosting during the transition and for their kindness and flexibility. Moving on to Northside Primary Center. Archer Fan was the February attendance winner for the month. 28 kindergarten students had perfect attendance, 53 first grade students had perfect attendance for February. On March 6th, Northside participated in Read Across America. Julie Merrick organized the event by inviting 30 people to come to Northside Primary to read to the students. And then Jeannie Coffee organized a presentation by the Southwest Dairy Council on March 7th. And the presenter taught the students about dairy production and brought Louise the cow. The students enjoyed spending time with Louise. Moving on to the elementary school. For attendance, congratulations to the following classes for the best attendance percentages for February. Second grade was Mrs. Duggar's class. Third grade was Mr. Milliken's class. Fourth was Mrs. Dotson's class. Fifth was Mrs. Moore's class. For perfect attendance, Herrin Elementary had 312 out of 713 students with perfect attendance for February. The AR Awards, students are encouraged to read and take AR tests to earn points. A trophy is given at each grade level. The following students won the AR Accelerated Award for February. And they are maybe on a different page, I'm so sorry. First place, Jonah Davis with 54.3. Second place, Gavin Lemons with 44.6 and Julian Ladley with 44.6. Third place was Blake Lemons with 41.8 points. Fourth place, Gwen Hamilton with 36.5 points, and fifth place was Skylie Smith with 36.4 points. And then Mrs. Hardwick's, for second grade, Mrs. Hardwick's class had 122.3 points. Mr. Milliken had 333 points, and fourth and fifth, Mrs. Jostin had 344 points, and Mrs. Moore had 82.2 points. There were several students that won the February award for honesty, and that was in the second, third, and fourth grade classes. And then lastly, Mrs. Bailey and her team, they hosted the Frosty Paws, and that was an effort to raise money for Special Olympics. The Herrin Flying Tigers are going to state. Congratulations and good luck to Penny Benson, Ellie Bink, Braxton Stroud, Aurora Skidmore, Jalen Lewis, Christopher McKinney, and Josh Nix. Moving on to the junior high school. The Herrin Junior High School Physical Education along with Student Council had their annual American Heart Association Spring Fling fundraiser on March 7th. The teachers and students raised $2,582.76. Volleyball had a partnership with the Student Council to host a Pink Out Night on February 24th. $700 was raised to support HES teacher Jody Geralds in her battle with cancer. And on February 26th, the volleyball team partnered with the Marion VA to host a Veterans Appreciation Night. The volleyball team and students collected canned food items to be donated to the Marion Veterans Food Pantry. 172 canned goods were collected, and the flags were presented by members of the American Legion Post 645. From that post, James Bales, Jesse McPherson, and Commander Daniel Pretty participated. For the chorus, they were very successful Saturday, March 1st at the Illinois Grade School Music Association Solo and Ensemble Contest. Herrin Junior High had 11 entries, and each performance received an excellent rating, except for Max Piper, who received a superior rating with a perfect score. Moving on to Student Council. The Junior High Student Council participated in the first annual Frosty Face-Off at Mountain View Park. The students and sponsors were able to raise $5,645, and that was donated to Special Olympics Illinois. And the Herrin High School Junior Council placed second overall in fundraising for a group. And congratulations to Mrs. Cravens for placing first overall as an individual, and she's here tonight, so thank you, Mrs. Cravens. And then last but not least, Herrin High School. Herrin High School ACES team is the Southern Illinois Sectional Champions. Individual results were Vince Champion with first place in mathematics and Joshua Jones, second place physics, and third place in computer science. The Flying Tigers have state qualifiers, and they are Caitlin Ripley, Ethan Tate, and Jackson Hale. HOSA had their spring competition, and the results were first place in public health presentation, Skylar Blakey, Brooklyn Riggs, and Jaden Rudder. Sydney McCree also finished first place in that presentation. Second place in health career display was Emma Chandley and Elizabeth Freeman. Second place was Natalie Manise with life support skills. The Meet the Tigers event will be held on March 28th at 6 p.m. at the varsity baseball field. Herrin High School math team won the Division IIA regional event with an impressive 705 team score, and there were individual wins from top to bottom, which means that they're headed back to state in April, and that will be at Bloomington Normal. Congratulations, Mr. Harlow. That's fantastic. A shout out to drama club directors, Mrs. Jamie Wilson and Mrs. Tammy Pullum. They had, their show was The Outsiders, which was fantastic. All conference basketball players. The following students made all conference for the 2024-2025 school year, and for the boys, it was Jared Staples, Kyrie Slukins, and Grady Cox. Girls with Sophie Schramm and Gracie Kraft. The Tigers returned from state with a 5th place finish in the AA hip hop category. An international night was held on March 24th and was a resounding success. Sophomore boys basketball, congratulations to coaches Harrison and Holloway, sophomore team, won the Murfreesboro Championship. Congratulations to our all-conference wrestlers, Tyler Russell, Garrett Ray, Brandon Geralds, Gabe Eldridge, and Colby Coffey. And all South selections, congratulations to our Tiger athletes for this selection, which is Kyrie Slukins and Colby Coffey. The Herrin Tiger fishing team participated in the Trico High School tournament. The team of Drake Hobb and Jackson Hudson took first place. Grayson Leeper also won Big Bass with the 6-pound bass. Tiger journalists participated in the 2025 SISPA event, and they're looking forward to the IHA sectionals in April. And the following students received awards for FCCLA, and they were James Wright with a Gold in Child Care Provider Portfolio. Bryn Odom was Gold in Child Care Provider Portfolio. Harper Smedeshammer, who had a Silver in Preschool Literature Presentation. Cameron Lawrence and Olivia Bond with a Gold in Preschool Lesson. And Gigi George and Meadow Lerner with a Gold in Preschool Lesson. In April, they will take the projects to the Illinois FCCLA State Conference in Springfield. All conference members from Herrin High School for the band are Hannah Bible, Nora Simmons, Sydney Atkinson, Isabella Ratchford, Harper Smedeshammer, Joshua Jones, Evan Riggs, Sarah Johnson, Madison Emily Hossman, and Noah Pulley. And the chess team finished first in St. Louis. And Herrin High School hosted the IHSA Music Solo and Ensemble Class A sectional on Saturday the 8th. Our sophomores, juniors, and seniors participated in the 2025 Herrin Chamber of Commerce Career Expo. They got the opportunity to explore different pathways in their careers, connect with local businesses, and participate in mock interviews with industry professionals. Athletic signings. Congratulations to Harper Smedeshammer on her signing at Greenville for dance. To Nick Hubbard, he signed with Vincennes to play baseball and to bowl. Ellery Blakey for signing at SIU for track. And Sailor Ray for signing to play volleyball at Kaskaskia. Sydney Nelson finished 20th at this year's IHSA State Finals in Rockford. And with track, congratulations to them for setting a new record for the 4x8 with a time of 8 minutes, 25 seconds, and some hundreds there. At the Jersey Winter Thaw, the boys participating were Nolan Frost, Mason King, Braden Davis, and Waylon Hall. Congratulations to Waylon Hall on being selected 24-25 All-State Academic Team Honorable Mention. And congratulations to our Tigers for participating in the Arctic Plunge. They raised $3,333, and 21 members of the Arctic Plungers from the high school raised that amount of money. Congratulations to Tad Chop for the most raised at $1,080, and special thanks to Mr. Lewis, Mrs. Billingsley, Ms. Moore, Ms. Jackson for chaperoning the students and plunging.
Fantastic.
Congratulations to all of our Tigers. Great work, everybody.
I got a comment. Thank you, Jennifer. That was fantastic. Kyle, I have to, maybe it's because you played basketball for me, I don't know, but the math team has done fantastic under your watch as well.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on going to state. And also, I don't know how many of you know, but he's also going to be a speaker at the math conference here in Illinois.
In Western.
here in Illinois?
Uh-huh.
Yes. He's going to be a speaker at the math conference for the state of Illinois, so congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
Which is quite the honor, as I understand it
Yeah.
from Mr. Harlow, so very good.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, moving on to new business. Any questions or discussion with regards to the sewer enrichment program? If not, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve that enrichment program as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Dave Robinson,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Any questions, concerns, or discussion with regard to the amended school calendar for 2024-2025? Now we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to adopt the amended official school calendar for 2024-2025.
So moved.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Etherton.
Yes.
Any questions or discussion with regard to the SIU agreement? If not, I need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the agreement with Southern Illinois University as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Dave Laux.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve summer driver's ed as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Kelly Green.
Yes. Any discussion, questions, et cetera, with regard to the purchase of the district maintenance vans? Not, we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve that purchase.
So moved.
Second.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
This time we need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to close the meeting in accordance with section 122A of the Open Meetings Act, citing the following exceptions as contained in section 122C to discuss disciplinary matters, consider approval of closed minutes, discuss the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance evaluation, and dismissal of specific employees, and to discuss litigations.
So moved.
Second.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Steve Robinson.
Yes.
Motion, a second, and a roll call vote to reconvene into open session.
So moved.
Second.
John Hutchinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to adopt the closed minutes for the meeting held February 25th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the following personnel recommendations as presented. Resignation, Alex Gillian as a dance coach for the junior high school. John Howerton as a custodian for the district. For employment, Lindsay Smith as a custodian for the district. Josh Haynes as a varsity assistant football coach for the high school. Gavin Jordan as a varsity assistant football coach for the high school. Barry Hubbard as a varsity assistant football coach for the high school. Steve Bailey as a varsity assistant football coach for the high school. George Douglas as head JV coach and varsity assistant football coach for the high school. Jacob Biskel as a JV assistant football coach for the high school, and John DeBose as a dollar baseball coach for the high school. Vacancies to be posted, dance coach for the high school and a custodian for the district.
So moved.
Second.
Steve Young,
Yes.
Dave Laux,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Susie Etherton.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to approve the reemployment of full-time, tenured, and non-tenured teachers for the 2025-2026 school year.
So moved.
Second.
Susie Etherton,
Yes.
Steve Robinson,
Yes.
Steve Young,
Yes.
John Hutchinson.
Yes.
Kelly Green,
Yes.
Dave Laux.
Yes.
Need a motion, a second, and a roll call vote to grant tenure to the following people as presented. Sierra Anderson, Jessica Apple, Jessica Clark, Esther Kramer, Maris Dotson, Jacob Emling, Carrie Furlow, Allison Grace, Adam Harrison, Whitney Houseworth, Jay Huber, Julie Lingle, Justin Lukens, Matthew McManaway, Brittany Moore, Justin Requero, Nicole Requero, Francine Sabins, Teresa Snyder, Joe C. Summers, Eric Terrell, Lori Trexler, and Dana Will.
So moved.
Second.
Steve Robinson?
Yes.
John Hutchinson?
Yes.
Dave Lobb?
Yes.
Steve Young?
Yes.
Susie Anderson?
Yes.
Kelly Green?
Yes. Having completed the items on the agenda, I need a motion, a second roll call vote to adjourn until the next meeting scheduled for Thursday, April 24th at 5:30 PM in the Unit Office Conference Room, 500 North 10th Street, Herrin, Illinois, 62948.
So moved.
Second.
Dave Lobb?
Yes.
Susie Anderson?
Yes.
Steve Robinson?
Yes.
John Hutchinson?
Yes.
Kelly Green?
Yes.
Steve Young?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone.